The Canyon alpha female was a notable wolf. We've been able to track her through her entire life, and she lived over twice as long as the average wolf. She ranged across most of the park, and people got to recognize her and know her, so we have a lot of data on her. She came out of the Hayden pack, and that was another pack that lived in central Yellowstone like she did. Her mother was also white. That's how she got to be white. And then she bred in 2007 for the first time, which is the earliest wolves can breed. And it was to a wolf from Molly's pack. We know that by looking at the genetics of her pups, even though we never caught her. And she was with that mate for 9 years, which is the longest pair bond known for a wolf in North America. Now, there could be ones longer that no one knows of, but during that time she had 20 pups and 14 made it to yearling age, which is considered recruitment age. In other words, you could have a long life. And that's fairly unusual, way above the average for Yellowstone wolves. And you know, she died at 12, and the average days of death for wolves is 5. So over twice as long as the average aged wolf. So all those things made her quite remarkable and an interesting study subject. The Canyon pack itself, led by her and probably her mate, 712, who was collared, were unique in that they used a large part of the park. I mean, she originated, and so did her mate, from central Yellowstone, middle of the park. And so that was the kind of heart or middle of their territory. Hayden Valley, Canyon area, but they also went into the Firehole River. But they would come up to the northern range as well. And so because they were so old and been around, they kind of operated differently than most wolf packs. In other words, used seasonal habitats. She knew where to go at the right time of year. And there's other packs that show that behavior, but not as much as they did. The other thing that was interesting about her is as she got older, she started to use the road corridor more, so did her mate. And so she became accustomed to people. We did have to haze her a few times to get away from people, but that's hard to do because, quite frankly, people pursued her for sightings and photographs. So that made her tolerant of people. So you could get a close look at her, not too close or being unsafe, but she wouldn't flee or run away like other wolves. And that's partly what made her well known to the visitors, is that she was tolerant of people because of her old age. She had learned that people weren't dangerous, but because we hazed her to keep your distance. And so it's a real success of the hazing program, really, but it still endeared her to people because of those close looks that a lot of people got of her and her mate.